consider your ego poked. I hope poked in a good way. I hope it was a good poking, because your drawings were very sweet and very nice, and I enjoy them thoroughly. Okay. So our movement. Oh. Our movement section. For anybody who's new here right now, we do a little community workout. I do gauge these to be sort of in between beginner and intermediate if you're sort of doing the full pose, but I like to offer as well sort of modifications that you can do to those if you're just at the beginning of trying to re-engage movement in your life. And ultimately, I hope that these can just be a nice little break for us all to do a little bit of getting up, a little bit of moving around, get our hearts pumping, get our bodies stretched out, and get some attention to our muscles. So we do primarily focus on kind of mobility kinds of things here. They're not really super intense cardio workouts, though we do sort of string each of our calisthenics together so that our heart rate does stay a little bit elevated. But it's really about sort of increasing mobility through increasing strength and flexibility in our muscles. One of my old gymnastics teachers always used to say that flexibility is the tool that enables your strength to be used. Because if your body is all kind of like tightened up, you can be super strong, but not actually able to kind of wield it to your full capacity. So we focus on those two things with, I'm gonna turn our memes down a little bit here. We got a cute little bird action going on. Very cute. Completely lost my place. Oh, okay. Just a sort of quick breakdown of what we do in our workouts. If you want to join us, I would be ecstatic. We start with a little bit of breathing, then we go into a couple of stretches, and then we'll go into the actual calisthenic movement. For those, we usually do 2 exercises that are based on repetitions, so usually 10 repetitions of those, and then we do 1 that is based on a hold. So we hold for 30 seconds. Before we move into those, I'll sort of do a full demonstration of that, as well as if I have a sort of modification to offer to make it a little bit easier, I'll go ahead and give you that. We work in sort of a cycle over the course of 4 streams to cover our full bodies. So we go legs, and then glutes and lower core, and then we do our cores, and then we do sort of arms and shoulders, upper back, things like that. So today we are working on our glutes as well as our lower core. Today we're also going to be doing some things that are really balanced focused. So I'll encourage everyone, if you're participating, to make sure that you have kind of like a desk or a chair, something stable that you can put some of your weight into and kind of hang on to for a little bit of stability. If you have yoga blocks or things like that, that will also work brilliantly. So with that, we'll go on over to our other screen. I do apologize, the audio is not the best over there. So I'll probably turn the music down a little bit more. And hopefully it's still, you can still hear it a little bit, but it's more in the background. And I'll be doing a little bit of projecting my voice because I won't have the microphone right up next to me, so there will be that. I do try to pay attention to chat when I'm over in our other scene here. I do apologize, I'm not always the best at it. But I'll have y'all over there with me. Okay. So let's move over. Let's move over there. We'll get going. I don't know how this happens every time. Every time I plug my microphone back in, somehow it tangles with all these other cords. Oh, I figured it out. Okay. Move, please. Move, please. We've got some puppy participation going on here. Thank you, Cloud. Yes, they are adorable. I am trying to figure out some way to have them more involved in the stream, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, let sleeping dogs lie, you know? I don't always want to be disturbing them and then making them think that there's like more attention coming. Okay. Do yell at me if you guys can't hear what I'm saying. Little doggy GoPros. Now that is a perfect idea right there. I am doing my best to sort of project my voice to make sure that y'all can hear me. But I can try to be even louder. Okay. With that, we'll get going. We start out with just a breathing exercise. This is to just sort of help slow our breath down, make us aware of our breath and sort of our connection through that to the world that we're in. And then also focus on our connection to our bodies. We spend a lot of our days sort of up in our brains, and we want to use this as a moment to just sort of transition into paying attention to all the signals that are coming through all of our other faculties, right? So as we're doing the breathing exercise, I will encourage... That's fine that it's focused on me. I'll turn that off when we get into the stretches. I do encourage you to sort of take a moment and in that breathing exercise, just sort of check in with the different parts of your body, starting at your head, moving down through your shoulders, your abdomen, your butt, and your legs, your arms. Just sort of check in with how all these things are feeling. We'll do our sort of standard box breathing that we often do here. So that's going to run as 3-second breath in, a 3-count breath in. We'll hold it for another 3 count. We'll exhale for 3 counts, and we'll hold out for 3 count. As we go into the stretching and as we go into the exercises, we should sort of try to take that same pace of breath with us. Maybe we're not holding, we're breathing in and breathing out for 6, but also just be paying attention to kind of the slowness of that breath, and we'll try to maintain that as we then continue to move through our workouts. So with that, we'll get going. So I'll invite you to close your eyes if you would enjoy that, if that helps you focus on the different parts of your body. And we'll start breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. In. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. We'll do one more round. In. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1, 2, 3. And hold. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So again, we'll just try to continue to hold that sort of pace of breath throughout the process. Sorry, all of my gesturing usually triggers this thing to start tracking me. So that's what that's all about. Okay, so next up, we're gonna do our stretches here. So I always like to start us out with just a nice, easy sort of windmill back and forth. We're just sort of swinging our torsos, allowing that to swing our arms. This is a great way to sort of just wake up the muscles of the back, get a little bit of light stretching in there. We're getting a little bit of stretch in our hips. And here we're just trying to be nice and gentle with ourselves. One moment, I'm going to switch our category. Okay, so next up, because we are working our glutes and sort of our lower back quite heavily today, we're going to go ahead and do our toe touch windmills. So we'll have our arms out to the side, and we're going to do about 5 repetitions of this, where we're sort of repeating that same kind of motion, just nice and slow, and we're bringing one arm over to the opposite foot. However low we go, that's how low we go. And we're doing about 5 of these on either side. So about 2 more. Slow and steady. This one's nice because we're also getting a little bit of a workout. Okay, maybe just 1 more. And there we go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do, again, because we're working that lower back, working our glutes, working the back lines of our legs. So let's go ahead and do our forward fold. We're gonna be doing a deep breath in, and then we'll pivot from our hips. And then when your hips there's no more flexibility there, then you'll begin to bend your spine, sort of vertebrae by vertebrae. Your arms will come down and dangle, and you'll sort of dangle your head. We'll do sort of 3 deep breaths down there, and with each breath, we'll just sort of see if we're able to have that work with gravity, work with our breath, to see if we can get a little bit more stretch into our stretch. Okay, so with that, we'll do big deep breath in. Hold up at the top, and then begin to exhale. Pivoting from our hips, then allowing our spines to bend. The knees don't need to be locked out down here. I encourage you to have a slight bend in there. Make sure we don't overextend that joint. And then we're taking our slow, deep breaths in. And then as we exhale, see if gravity can take us a little bit further into the stretch. Head can be loose. You can be kind of working out your neck down here. If anything's feeling tight there. Deep breaths in and out. Okay. Next breath in. We're going to reverse this whole process. And we want to make sure it's just as slow and controlled as when we came down. So our arms are going to come by our ears. As we're breathing in, vertebrae by vertebrae, we're going to be straightening up. And then we unpivot from our hips. And we exhale our arms down. All right. Very good. So that's a nice stretch for the body. So next up, I'm just going to demonstrate the 3 calisthenic workouts that we're going to be doing. We'll go through each of these 3 times. So we'll do a round of 3 of these poses. And again, we have 2 of them that operate as a sort of repetitive motion that we're going to be doing. And then we have 1 that is going to be our hold. So again, I'm going to encourage that you find, because we're doing a lot of balance focused stuff today, something that you can sort of grab onto or hold onto for stability. And something that I say with all of these kind of workouts is make sure that we're still connected with our bodies, we're listening to what's going on in there. We don't want to push ourselves too far. A nice sort of metric for what we're doing, which is really just kind of light body maintenance and increasing mobility, is shooting for 2/3 of what we think we're capable of, right? This isn't some crazy workout where we're trying to build a bunch of bulk. We're just sort of trying to get ourselves more in touch with mobility, stretching, as well as some balance challenges today. So with that, let me go ahead and demonstrate the kind of poses that we'll be doing. So I'd encourage you here for the balance to go ahead and have like the table in front of you. So this, a lot of today, what we're going to be working towards is being able to hold a warrior 3 position. So warrior 3 is leg extended out back, torso is up, and arms can be in front or to the sides or kind of behind us like this. So this is our kind of standard warrior 3 position. So I'll encourage you to have your table sort of in front. Today what we're going to be doing is repetitions of kicking that leg back. So from our sort of bent over position here, we're going to be doing 10 repetitions of leg down to leg up. We want to get that back leg to be as parallel with the floor as we can. The modification that I will offer here is we can... Ooh, sorry, bub. No, we're not playing right now. Sorry. If that's too high to try to get up, right? We can just be doing sort of a smaller range of motion. We're still getting that same workout in the glute. We're still getting that same workout in the sort of hind leg here. So if that full expression of the motion is too much, go ahead and just sort of come back to that smaller range of motion. We'll do 10 on each side. So our hold is going to be a figure 4 position. This is going to be a big workout of the glute as well as the sort of upper leg here. And so how this one goes, this is another balance. So we'll want to have our stabilizer nearby. We're going to bring our leg up. We're going to put our leg on the knee of the other leg, and we're going to come down into a kind of seated position here. So your table can be in front of you for balance here. If we're struggling with this, again, kind of reducing the range of motion is a great modification. So not trying to go down fully into a chair position, but just holding in here, that's totally fine. Or if this balance is just too much, we can just sort of do a regular chair, try to hold that. Or if we want a little bit more challenge, we can kind of tippy-toe with our other leg. So these are all good modifications that are still going to be doing the workout there. We'll be holding 30 seconds on either side for that. Then we'll come down to the floor for our last position here. This is going to be 10 reps of Supermans. So how these go is we're going to be trying to lift our legs up and our arms up. So this is giving us a lot of work in that lower back and lower core as well. So it'll just be 10 repetitions, lifting up, coming down. We want to be slow and controlled in both the up and the down of those. So this ultimately is a pretty long workout for today. I do recommend you take breaks as you need to. If you're only making it through 5 of the repetitions, that's also great. If you're only making it through 10 seconds of the hold and then you need to take a 10-second break before you try it a little bit again, that's also great. Hi, Flemma! Welcome on in. I'm glad to see you're here. Latest buns of steel. Okay, with that, let me grab my little timer. Turn the auto framing off again. Okay, my timer real quick. There we are. And so again, we'll go through each of those poses 3 times. So we'll start with those leg raises. So one side and then the other. Go ahead and sort of find your balance, whether it's a chair or a table in front of you. And lift our legs up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to have to actually start reducing my range of motion here because of my hip. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we'll switch our legs. Get ourselves all set up, ready and balanced, and lift the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. All right, next up is our figure 4 position. This is our hold. So here we'll be holding for 30 seconds. Again, if we need to take breaks, please do. 1 foot on the other knee, down into a chair pose. And we're already about 5 seconds into our hold. Do find something to grab onto to brace yourself if you need that. A stable chair, a table. All right, just 10 seconds left. This is a hard hold. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we switch sides. Other foot on knee. Come down into chair. And we hold for 30 seconds. That's already 10. Do take breaks if we need them. Don't be afraid to put your foot down if you're losing balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Very good. We're going to come down onto the floor. And we'll do our Supermans. 10 repetitions here. So very slowly, controlled legs and arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're going to take a 30-second break. Those Supermans can feel really awkward when we first do those. There's oftentimes not a lot of the muscle that's sort of required for those. We don't exercise a lot of those muscles in our daily life, so a lot of those can be sort of neglected, but they do begin to feel a little bit better, make a little bit more sense as we repeat those. And again, all of these exercises that we're doing today are going into helping us with that warrior 3 position, build up to one of those sort of more challenging poses. So that is our 30-second break. Now we'll go into our second round of these exercises. Again, we repeat them 3 times, so 2 of 3. So we find our balance, whatever we're hanging on to, and we'll bring that leg up. 1, 2, slow and controlled, both directions. 3, 4, we'll feel a lot of activation in our back and lower core. 6, 7. Again, if we need to restrain the movement, make it shorter, smaller, that's all good exercise still. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we switch sides. Find that balance again. Now I'm going to be doing the restricted movement here because of my hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now we're into our hold, second round of these. Foot comes up onto a knee, down into our kind of chair bent knee position, and we're holding. That is 10 seconds right there. Remembering we can grab onto something to help us balance, or if we're already grabbing onto something to help us balance, maybe we can play a little bit with that. Release for a second or 2. See if we're able to carry that ourselves. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Foot onto knee. And down into that chair position. These balances can be very difficult. This will be something that over time begins to feel much more natural. That's 15 seconds. Final 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Now we'll go down to the floor for those Supermans again. All right. Arms out in front of us. Again, slow and controlled, 10 repetitions up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Okay, 30 seconds of rest, and we'll go on into that last round of exercise for the day. Right now is a great time for us to focus on our breath again. See if we can bring it back into that slow and controlled kind of 6-count breath in, 6-count breath out. Slowing our breath down can often help us sort of gain control over the body and how it's feeling as well. It's a great way of telling our bodies we're okay. All right, so we'll go into our last round of these kicks here. So torso down, holding on to whatever we need to for balance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, other side. Get ourselves set up, holding on to whatever we need to for our balance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Those are all done for the day. So we'll go into our last 2 holds, get ourselves ready. I'll get to those in about 3 minutes. Okay. Foot onto knee, grabbing onto whatever we need to for our balance, and we come down into our chair, beginning our 30 seconds. The breath can be a great place of strength here. So just slowing ourselves down, focusing on that, even as our muscles are beginning to burn and sort of yell at us. We can tell them it's okay. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. Other foot onto knee, and we'll come down into that hold. Our last hold of the day. We'll try and make this a good one. Any attempt is a good one, but okay. We've got 10 seconds left here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. Now we'll come down to the ground for our very last set of exercises today. Onto our tummies. Arms out in front of us. Okay, 10 repetitions here. 1, 2, slow and controlled. 3, both up and down. 4, 5, last 5, 6, 7, just 3 more. 8, 9, and 10. All right. Very, very good. Thank you all for participating, however much you did. Maybe it was just the breathing today, and that's good. Just taking those couple moments to breathe and focus on ourselves, focus on our bodies. That can be a very nice kind of break that we can give ourselves. If we just did the stretches today, that's good too. Getting ourselves moving in that kind of way, getting ourselves stretched out. That's a great gift that we can give to the body. If you attempted everything along with me today, big bravo. Today was, I can tell by my own breath, today was quite a difficult day. We are trying to build up some of these skills so that we can eventually move on into a little bit of yoga practice with a little bit more kind of confidence, strength, and flexibility to carry us through that. So great job for everybody. Dean asks, can you share your cloacal workout plan? I'll share that with you when I'm over on the other screen. Drumpel says, crap, I have to stand up. I just ate it. Oh no. Paloma says, help, I've folded in half and can't get up. Drumpel says, yeah, I fell on the squat. I hope you're okay, first and foremost. I do recommend for those balance things that we do find something sturdy and stable to hold on to if we're at the beginning of that kind of balance practice. There's a lot of muscles in the ankle and in the calf that we don't develop very much unless we're really practicing single leg balancing poses. That's really where we begin to gain a lot of that strength of stabilization at that sort of lowest joint. So if we haven't been doing any of that, those balances, it's not really even a function of can you sort of navigate a balance with your kind of mind-body connection. It's really about those muscles having a chance to develop and kind of catch up to our other abilities there. With that, we'll go ahead and come out of this screen here. Y'all are getting a little butt shot going on here. So we'll return over here to our standard screen. Thank you to everybody who is joining in on those exercises. It's nice to have a little crew that likes to do some workout together. Okay, there we go. Of course, this camera is tracking us now. Okay. We got a little May May in the background here. Very sweet, very cute. Let me get my little headphones on here. Okay. So we are going to be going into. Let's get our city pop turned back up here. Hi, fellow cutie. It's good to see you. Okay, for Dean, if you're still here, the cloacal workout plan. My cloacal workout plan is very serious. It's very intense because I like to pass just gigantic objects through my cloaca. Thank you for the follow, Matid. I'm very glad to have you here. So usually my day starts with focusing on my cloaca because I like to keep it in order. So I do a pretty intense stretching regimen and then flexing regimen. You got to keep your cloaca tight in addition to increasing its max stretch capacity. So I have these dilators that I like to use. They go in small, almost like a gynecological exam sort of thing, but it's like a ring. You don't want to just stretch it in one direction, right? You need to stretch it all the way out. Make sure you're able to breathe through that thing. So I like to get mine up to somewhere between 6 and 8 inches. I usually do 10-30 second holds of that. And then to get the flexing capacity in there, you know those sort of like hand exercise devices? Slip one of those in there. Do 3 rounds of 20 reps of that. And then we're good. We're good to go for the day. So Dean, I hope you enjoyed the cloacal regimen. And I hope it enhances your cloacal abilities. Also, welcome on in. Welcome, everybody who has just arrived. I am sorry if my cloaca description is the first experience you're having on this stream. But we also have a question of the day for anybody who's just landing in here. You are being cast into a video game universe. Which one do you choose? And why? So my choice was Stardew. Because although I really like things like the Mario universe or the Zelda universe, of course it was gonna be Sonic. My choice was largely driven around sense of safety. So Stardew felt like it had a pretty good world to exist in. I can still do mining, I can do crafting, I can forage, I can chop down trees, I can farm. I haven't played this game, so I'm just kind of guessing from what I've seen. I can have a little bit of romance. There's some people I can woo, I can invite to come back to my cabin. But I feel like there's not big scary monsters out there. That's what I'm trying to avoid. So Dean says Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, very nice. Are you gonna put yourself into the role of like a specific character? Subi says, I am appalled and slightly intrigued by the cloaca exercise. Yeah, Suvi, please don't try any of these cloaca exercises at home. These are only for advanced cloacal professionals. Okay. With all of that, Flimma says ENA Dream BBQ. Is that a game universe? Dean says, I mean, being a character would be awesome, but honestly, that universe is pretty chill. It's a world where corporate greed and capitalism always loses. Oh, hell yeah. Actually, that is pretty cool. Okay, it is a video game. I'm gonna look it up real quick. ENA Dream BBQ. Oh heck, this looks cool as F, man. What do you do in this game, Flemma? It's an indie action-adventure game. ENA would be trippy. Okay, so this is a well-known thing, apparently. I'm just catching up. Let's see if I can get a view of this up. Okay, there we go. We got a little dream BBQ. I like this character. Very cute. Which way okay, I need to go this way. Oh, the camera's just gonna pre-center me. Dean says, I caught Vaughn playing it a while back. I think it's free. Oh, that's cool. Experience surreal environments and inexplicable characters as ENA in a new wild world. A feminine humanoid character. She possesses a dual-colored body. Geometric, right side being red. Blah, 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 blah. I want to know what she do. It has amazing voice talents along with incredible animations. Okay, cool. Okay, ENA Red is a salesperson side, appears more joyful. This is interesting. Okay, I think this will tell us more about the... Nope. Main page. I love fandom as a site, but sometimes it feels hard to find the info you want. takes the viewer on a surreal journey through bizarre worlds and environments, meeting equally strange characters and situations through the perspective of the series' titular character. Okay. Well, very cool. I might have to check that out. The story is very dreamlike and non-linear while still being a linear game. Okay, cool. Dean, I almost just said Sonic. I was like about to read your name and I was like, Sonic said. Sonic said. I wonder if all the bats look like Rouge in Sonic. Dean has some ideas here. Suvi says, it's not out yet, and I would never live in the universe, but it reminds me of a 3D musical platformer I learned of. Billy Bust Up. Interesting. Dean says, because I might be living in the caves, if that's the case. Hell yeah. Flemma says, oh yeah, got that part. It kind of feels like the old point-and-click games. Oh, interesting, in 3D. Sonic. Dean has become the Sonic, yes. Billy Bust Up, or that one weird musical game Timey played. I don't know that one. Okay. Thank you for the farts. I love it. We are going to be moving over into our community games section of the stream. So I hope there are some of you that would like to hang out and play some games. I would love to do some golf or some Gartic. I feel like we have some good Gartic players here, if you guys are in a drawing mood. Gartic Phone is just like a bunch of different drawing games that anybody can play. You don't need to have the game. So yeah, it's just browser based. So maybe we'll see if we want to do that. Before we do start up with the games, I am gonna go grab a little bit of water, see if I can get my doggies to go outside. It's been raining, so they like to protest and not go outside. But we'll see if we can get them to do that. For anybody who is doing exercise, please do hydrate. It's very important to take care of our bodies in that way. We need water to do all of our basic functions. So Suvi says, I'm stuck on Coral Island right now, personally. Wah, wah. Suvi was one of the particular ones I was thinking about for the Gartic phoning. When I get back, I'll quickly ask y'all if you're feeling Gartic or golf, and we'll sort of go whichever direction chat wants to go. It'll be about 5 minutes or so. I'll leave y'all with the wonderful city pop that we have going on here. And maybe I'll start up some memes for y'all to be enjoying.